we ready to begin?
Good morning!
My name is Misty.
Come on, Ike, it's time.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The greatest adventure of all time.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Come on, let's get in character.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, come on!
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Life is like a box of chocolate.
I like it a lot.
I like shrimp sometimes.
I like it a lot.
Why are we doing
I
Forrest
don't
Gump?
have any idea.
I'll cut this out.
You don't have to.
I won't.
Sometimes we're funny.
Sometimes
Sometimes we're not.
like a nut.
And sometimes
You don't.
you're not.
It's Food Friday,
It's
so
not.
you know
It's not.
what that means.
Food Friday. It's Tuesday.
If you've never heard a Friday episode, you won't get that joke.
It's true. You should listen to a Friday episode. We do Food Fridays.
Or Thirsty Thursdays.
We don't do those.
2 for Tuesdays.
We don't do those.
Oh my
either.
God! Please don't make an 8th episode a week.
Please don't.
What
I'll
if we
kill
did
you.
2 for Tuesdays?
No.
Only on Patreon.
No.
Okay.
The answer is no.
Well, way to go, Grace.
So I was extremely clumsy when I was a kid.
I know.
I'm still extremely clumsy as an adult.
That's how I know.
And my whole family used to call me Grace all the time. And so I remember being kind of a little kid and being like, tell me some other famous people that are named Grace. And my grandma told me about this woman, Grace Kelly.
This one?
And I became a little enamored by her.
I can see why.
Right?
Let me get that time machine, Grace.
Right?
What's up?
So I went through some fairly big chunks of time in college watching old Grace Kelly movies. Like, she was one of the original Hitchcock blondes. That's what all of the female stars of the Hitchcock movies were called, the Hitchcock blondes.
HCBs, yeah.
Yeah. They were. Legit. They were. That's what they were called.
Well, I thought the acronym was funny. But whatever.
It is pretty funny.
It wouldn't be an HC.
HCBs. No, I like it.
Hitchcock's one word. It doesn't matter. Moving right along. Grace Kelly it is today.
Anyways.
Good morning, everybody. We forgot to do good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning
Good
to
morning.
you.
Good morning in a graceful way.
Yeah. That was the birds flying around, pulling your sheets up. And
I know how to make a bird sound.
oh, you're going to do that again. For those of you listening, I want you to know that he took a drink of his water, and that's the noise in his mouth.
Liquid
when he's
Death.
Drinking it.
Today's episode of Misty and Ike is not brought to you by Liquid Death yet. Anyway. I hope we don't get a competing water sponsor that's going to make me cut that out in like 2 years.
I don't know.
Back to Grace Kelly.
Okay.
I
so
have
you want to tell
information.
me about I don't know. Do you want to go with net worth or
Ooh, I don't have that yet.
Some movies she was in?
I think I'm most fascinated about her marriages.
Right. Okay. So if you don't know who she was an actress in the early 50s, like from 50 to like 55, 56. She starred in a whole bunch of she starred in several Hitchcock thrillers. Dial In for Murder, Rear Window, To Catch a Thief. She did a couple of things with Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra and Gary Cooper, a Western, High Noon. And she was one of those people that like hit the scene running and did a whole bunch of stuff. And then she met a man.
For the second time.
For the second time.
Grace Kelly meets a second man.
She did. Who was the first man?
The first man. I'm just
Dear-
a man. I forgot.
It was Oleg Cassini, the
Oleg
fashion designer.
Cassini.
So that was her first husband.
One
I think,
first husband.
right?
Yes. Well, it's a husband before.
Well, I don't know. Here on
Prince.
the wiki, it says spouse, only Prince Rainier. It doesn't list Oleg.
Maybe she was just dating Oleg.
she was
Or
just
she got it
getting it
expunged from the permanent records.
Getting it on.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Whoa. I've never actually heard it like that.
Seriously?
No, that's real funny.
Oh, dude. That's what you say in church. Because you can't
Because
go.
you make that noise in church?
You can't go brown chicken, wow, wow. You got to go brown chicken, brown cow.
That's pretty funny.
Because no one knows what you're talking about when you do that.
Wait, did she maybe marry Oleg Cassini after Prince Rainier died?
I doubt she had time because she only lived to be 52 years old. She died in 1982. But it says she was worth $40 million.
Dang, girl.
But that's got to be some
that
royal
time.
money. It's got to be some royal money in there. $40 million in 82, bro. That's like more than Bob Hope. No, it's not.
Fair. Okay, well, let's find out. Let's find out about this. Okay,
I'm gonna see
so
what
basically
42
she was like one of the first American citizens that turned into a royal. She was like our first Meghan. So here's what
Is Meghan the second?
I'm pretty sure there have been like the occasional like American that maybe married like the second prince of Switzerland or something,
Yeah,
like
a duchess.
right, like things like that. But I think but then again, nobody's really clear right now on what the terminology is even for Meghan and Harry since they've left, et cetera, et cetera. But anyways,
$1 in 1982 is worth $2.82 now. So her $40 million would be worth
80.
Wrong. It's almost $3. So it's 100.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the end part of it.
110 million-ish.
Holy moly!
Yeah, that's royal.
But she
money.
was a pretty famous movie star.
They didn't pay him like that. Okay.
Oh well, yeah, no, I definitely know that. But
how much did Grace Kelly make per movie?
$22.50.
Oh, okay. According to Godfrey, her 5-year acting career, Kelly's earnings and bonuses would have added up to $1.5 million, which is the equivalent of $15 million today.
All right.
But the money is missing from her will because it was used for her
dowry.
I'm Mike Dowry.
All right. So
There's
this
a lot to
is
unpack
how
there. Yep.
this happened.
Okay.
She was headed to a very, very famous film festival in the south of France.
We're talking about her death?
We're talking about how she met the prince and got married.
Aha.
She was the U.S. delegate for, depending upon how you choose to say it, I've heard it said 8 million different ways. Cons, cans, whatever. While she was there, she was invited to participate in a photo session with Prince Rainier III, the sovereign of the Principality of Monaco. At the Prince's Palace of Monaco.
Palace.
55 kilometers away from Cannes.
Kilometers.
Cans. After a series of delays and complications, she met him at the palace on May 5th.
Sorry. I'm having so much fun doing that. I feel like you're a hype man, though.
I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't even bothersome to me.
To me.
They courted. For 1 year.
1 year.
Let's see. Their courtship is described as containing a good deal of rational appraisal on both sides.
Rational appraisal.
What is that?
Rational appraisal.
Rationally sitting back and deciding whether this is a good idea.
You and I are very top people, and we should be together.
Right?
Doesn't that make rational decisions?
That's weird. So they got married in 1956. The Napoleonic Code of Monaco and the laws of the Catholic Church necessitated 2 ceremonies, both a civil ceremony and a religious ceremony. So to cap off the ceremony, 142 official titles that she acquired in the union, counterparts of her husband's, were formally recited. The following day, the church ceremony took place at the most beautiful cathedral I've ever seen in my life, in Monaco, the St. Nicholas Cathedral. And it was estimated to have been watched by over 30 million viewers on live television.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's graduation. Dun, dun, dun,
Legit thought that was embarrassing. I figured out where she got that $40 million from.
Tell me.
Grace Kelly's family was quite impressive. Biography reveals that the Kelly family was quite well off. Kelly's father, John Brendan Kelly, was a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, which you get $0 for.
It's true.
Who competed in the United States rowing team. I don't think they had endorsements back then. Maybe they did. He also was a successful brick businesser person.
A bricklayer.
Yes.
Only he ran the
He was laying them bricks, which made him a self-made millionaire. Kelly's mother, Catherine Megere, was also a successful athlete. Isn't that funny how athletes just get together at the Olympic Village and just do whatever they want to each other? And the rest of us tubbos are sitting at home eating Cheetos, rubbing our soft bodies on other soft folks. Not bitter at all. Are you doing a spit take, dude?
I was gonna take a drink, and the soft body's on soft. God.
There's nothing wrong with being soft in your 40s.
Oh, there are tears for you listener people and not watchers.
Save your tears for Thursday. Anyway, she was also a successful athlete and made history as the first coach of a women's team at the University of Pennsylvania.
Well,
which went on for other notable things. The Universal.
UPenn.
Yeah.
Oh,
stay out of the
Sandusky
shower.
country.
Stay out of the showers in Pennsylvania over there, folks.
Yeah, Jim Jordan. Get out of Congress.
So, do we want to get to the dowry?
I want you to explain the dowry because I still am in awe about it.
She marries this homeboy, and then she has to pay him $2 million.
His
right?
family.
Right, as a dowry. So if you don't know what a dowry is, we don't either. So this is what we think a dowry is. I can only think of dowry in like medieval terms, right? When you lived on a farm.
When you give them cows.
Right.
Right.
So like if
you get 2 sheeps.
Yeah. So a young man comes along to a farmer and says, I would like to marry your daughter. Or if you're trying to marry up in station, there's a man of well repute, and you're like, please take my daughter. And he's like, well, why should I take your daughter? And you're like, well, I'll give you these 40 cows.
Right. That's how I've always thought of it as well.
Right. But apparently, if you're already a prince and you got everything you need, and you can have any woman in the world, you get the hottest one and make her pay you $2 million. It's the most gangster move in the history
gangster.
of gangsterisms.
I'm not going to lie. He's a prince, and he's like, you are beautiful.
Yeah, maybe not.
And you're still going to pay me.
Maybe
Because he was not that great looking of a guy.
Yeah, but in his head, he might have been like, I'm the fanciest prince of all princes, and your toast doesn't jam.
I will tell you, we were mistaken, by the way, about Oleg Cassini. Oleg Cassini just designed her clothes. They weren't a thing. And she wasn't married before him.
Well, her parents disapproved of somebody. I read it somewhere before we did something here.
I don't know who they disapproved of because it was not him. I mean, maybe somebody that she had a thing with on one of her film sets?
I literally read something before we started recording that her parents didn't approve of her first husband and they made her get divorced. But if they're Catholic...
Well, she was 26 when she married Prince Rainier.
That means she had 8 years to be married to somebody else.
Or more, depending upon where she was from in these parts of the United States of America.
That's right.
Ugh, yuck.
You can marry him young down in Maryland now.
Yuck. Yuck.
14 of them.
Yuck.
That is.
Yuck.
Here, some of her films include this. Let's go in reverse chronological order.
Okay.
High Society, The Swan, To Catch a Thief, The Bridges of Tokori, Green Fire, The Country Girl, Rear Window, Dial M for Murder. A TV show called Craft Theater, which is, as we know now, based on cheese. Oh, you said the funniest thing when we cut last week? Oh, it was about cheese.
It was about cheese.
Lots more TV and lots of stuff. If you ever want to go like, how much could I possibly accomplish in 5 or 6 years? Go to Grace Kelly's IMDb page.
Seriously. Like, she knocked it out.
Yeah. Well, back in those days, you'd had studio deals, right?
Right.
So you got an overall deal with the studio.
And they put
like,
you to work as much as they could.
Oh, you're going to work 9 to 5 every day.
Well, after she married Rainier and she moved to Monaco, she did want to go back to acting, and Hitchcock offered her a couple of roles in his films, and apparently there was a giant public outcry in Monaco because they didn't like the idea of the characters that she would be playing in Hitchcock films.
How would they even get the scripts before she would do the films?
Because I'm pretty sure, like, with a royalty family like that, like, things have to be approved and signed off on. Like, she doesn't get to make her own decisions anymore.
Well, it didn't sound like very much fun to be Grace Kelly.
Yeah. So, that being said...
They killed her off in 1982.
September 13th, 1982. She was driving back to Monaco from her country home.
If you tell me it was in a tunnel...
And she suffered a small stroke. As a result, she lost control of her 1971 Rover P6 and drove off the steep winding road and down a 120-foot mountainside. Her teenage daughter, Stephanie, was in the passenger seat.
Oh, no.
Tried and failed to regain control of the car. The princess was taken to the Monaco hospital, later named the Princess Grace Hospital Center, with injuries to the brain and thorax and a fractured femur, and she died the following night at 10:55 after Rainier decided to turn off her life support.
What?
You know if someone's brain dead. Like, the doctors will tell you, brain dead, not coming back. They know.
I'm going to tell whichever one of y'all slides up in my DMs and becomes my wife. I'm going to give you more than 24 hours before I turn off your life support. And I'm not even a prince. So get at me. Supervised in the Misty and Ike DMs.
It's true. I do supervise.
I do too.
Yep.
Just delegate who you're sliding at, though, because it's 2021. You know what I mean? Just go, I'm sliding here or I'm sliding here. If you're sliding this way. But if you're a redheaded dude, I'm going to assume you're sliding this way.
I know.
To me.
No gingers here.
Oh. Don't be a...
I'm the only ginger in the relationship.
Don't be a colorist.
No, I'm the only ginger.
You worried about popping out reds?
No, I don't. I am way too goddamn old for that.
No, you're not.
44.
It's fine.
I don't want none of that.
We'll talk about this later.
Anyways, her daughter had a slight concussion and a hairline fracture to a cervical vertebrae and was unable to attend her mother's funeral. 400 people came, including Cary Grant, Nancy Reagan, the Princess of Wales, and the Empress Farah of Iran. She was buried in the family vault. And Rainier, who did not ever remarry, was buried alongside her after his death in 2005.
Oh, he lived for a long time after that.
Yeah. And he didn't ever marry anyone else, and he was buried beside her.
He was just prancing around.
He loved her. He loved her a lot. He was like, how did I get this smoke show? What is up?
What do I do with all this money this smoke show just paid me?
It's only $2 million. Like,
Bruh.
that's the royal family of Monaco. Monaco holds like some ridiculous amount of the world's wealth. It's where people hide their money.
That's Switzerland.
It's Monaco too.
All right. Well, we got to go hide our money.
We do have to go hide our money and become princes and princess.
Or just princes. Or just princesses.
Or a princess.
Or just princesses. We can be whatever we want.
It's true.
I'm going to put it on my email. I'm going to put they princesses.
I think you should. I like that very much.
At me if you don't like it. What's up? It's 2021.
I think that you are a very, very pretty princess.
Thank you. And I want a pony.
Is that what you're going to ask for in your dowry? A pony?
You better bring me, if you're trying to slide in my DMs, you better own ponies. You know what I'm saying? And you better bring one for Misty too.
It's true. I want a pony.
There's ponies for everybody up in here. You're not even
pony.
sliding in the DMs. Don't even at me if you ain't got a horse stable full of ponies for my friend Misty.
It's true.
And her redheaded husband.
I am not marrying a redhead.
Well, since it's not Friday,
Bye.
we'll see you tomorrow.